Okay, good morning. So this morning we're going to be making chicken and vegetable soup. It's meant to be a healthy dish. Um, it is a complete dish, meaning that we've got starch, we've got our vegetables. It's quite a versatile dish, meaning that you can add whatever you like to it, the type of vegetables that you like. I will be using protein as well, so it's balanced. Okay, so quite a bit of vegetables, starch, as well as our protein. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing, I've got a chicken fillet here, so I'm just going to dice this one first of all and leave it to the side. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is prepping all my veg, all my ingredients actually, and then I'm going to start cooking after. Okay, so ensuring that I've got my fingers behind the blade of the knife. Knife is nice and sharp. Getting rid of this extra bit here. It's a bit of fat. Put that in the bin. Okay. So using the claw method, fingers behind the blade of the knife, I'm just dicing my chicken. If it's easier for you to do this one by one or safer, then you do that, okay? Instead of piling them on together, similar to what I'm doing. So I'll show you that one rather than piling. And you don't want the knife to slip into your finger or fingers. So that's ready. Just going to leave that to the side. I've got another chopping board ready. Okay, leave that there. I'm just going to rinse my knife, my hands. Sorry, time to prep all my veg. Okay. So I've got an onion. I'm just going to cut on the side for now. So on the side of the chopping board, get my unwanted bits or skins on the side, and then I'm going to put these directly in the bin. Okay. I also need to wash my veg after peeling. I'm just peeling the onion, taking the skin off. And I'm just showing you how to do this. I know that some of you may be familiar with peeling an onion, but for others it will be the first time doing it. Okay, which is next week when you're making the soup next week, in next week's lesson. Just gonna place all of them in my. Does anyone remember what the name of this equipment is?
Colander.
Colander. Well, so I'll put them here and I'm gonna wash them. Going to peel I've got a potato here. Does anyone know that? Yeah?
It's a sweet potato.
Sweet potato, well done. And I've got some Irish potato as well. Just peeling. And what's the name of this equipment? Yeah?
Oh, vegetable peeler.
Vegetable peeler. So I'm using my vegetable peeler to peel my sweet potato. I've already peeled my Irish potato because I was trying to save time. But at the same time, I need to show you how to use your equipment. So I want you to see me actually using the vegetable peeler. Happy with that. Next one is my carrot. And it's okay to peel your vegetables on the side, as I said, as long as you clear the area after. Okay? I'm doing all my prep. Another bit. I'm going to put these directly into my bin. a allow anything to fall on the floor. Can we tidy up as soon as that happens? Okay, because I don't want anyone to slip. Alright. What's the name of this one again?
Garlic.
Garlic. Okay, so I'm just removing the skin of the garlic. You'll need about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. Depends on the size. And they are very tricky to peel. It's important that you remove the bottom, what should I say, bottom, that bit, and the top as well. That one has been removed already. So it's easy to peel it off. Without taking the top or the bottom off, then it's a bit more difficult to peel. Do I have anything else I need to peel? Got a bigger, is this one? Does anyone know?
Spring onion.
Spring onion, well done. I've got only a small bit. I'm just going to add it as well. Take the bits off here. A bit of blemish is going on. Does anyone know what these are? Yeah?
Celery.
Celery, well done. Okay, I'm just going to take the top bit that's going a bit dry. That looks a bit funny. Take these bits off. Okay, so all my vegetables done. I've got a bit of pumpkin, okay, but that was in the freezer. I don't need to go and wash that again. And I'm going to leave some of the skin on as well. Okay. Give the soup a bit of a flavor as well as help with the color. Just going to rinse hands again. And what am I going to do? Wash vegetables. Okay, I'm just going to rinse these off. Not with hot water, preferably cold water. And I'm going to start. Are you able to see this? Yeah. I'm just going to start chopping all my veg. Use that one for now. Okay, the first things I'm going to go for is my onion. So this is called the bridge method. Can you see my hands here? Mm-hmm. Sorry, I can't see. So I'm going to put this one in here then. There. Can we see now? Can you see? That's not in your way. So bridge method to cut my onion. Okay, using the knife underneath. Then I'm going to be using, that's still bridge, but I'm going to use claw method in a minute. Okay, so it's entering my fingers there behind the blade of the knife. Don't want any accidents happening. Okay. I'm using the knife. And you do not need to cut your onion too small. Okay, because your product is going to be cooking on the heat for a while. Okay. So basically to cut them into chunks. Right, I'm going to put my onions in here. I'm going to add my garlic to my onion and my potatoes, and then I can start cooking. Start cooking these, then prep my other vegetables in the meantime. My garlic. I'm going to try and cut them a bit smaller. No one likes a bit of like big chunks of garlic in their food when they're eating it. I'm just going to cut these a bit smaller. Alternatively, you could use, what could we use? Instead of me chopping my garlic, what could we use instead, yeah?
Grater.
A grater? Okay, you could. But you would have to be very, very careful not to grate your fingers. Okay? What else? Well, garlic press. Okay? So garlic press. Remember what garlic press looked like? I did not take one out because I'm so used to chopping my garlic. hopefully we all remember what a garlic press look like. I'll make those available to you. Where do we find them? Does anyone know where to find a garlic press for next week? We're in the room. So at the back over there, and the drawers, they are labeled. Remember where you got your vegetable peeler from last week? Yeah? So over that side. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with that. I have to go a bit faster. And I've got bits on my surface. My surface is clean. I'll take those up. Potatoes. I need my potatoes to be fully cooked. So I'm just going to go for these. And then I'm going to start cooking. Again, do not want them too small. You can do small chunks. Too tiny. With that, while I'm cutting my other potato, I'm going to leave my pan to heat up. So I'm going to put my hob on, or the burner, one burner from the hob. Put it on a medium heat. I'm waiting for that to heat up a bit, and then I'm going to go and add some oil. Okay, not too much oil. So I'll wait for it to heat up. In the meantime, I'm just... This one is very tough. You do not have to use sweet potatoes. Okay, it's your choice. And we'll go through that at the end of the demo in terms of what you would like to add to your soup. So I need to leave a bit of time for you to decide in groups what you'd like to have in your soup. Sorry. I'm going to add roughly a tablespoon of oil, okay, just for it not to stick to the pan. Okay, my ingredients not to stick to the pan. I'll show you what I've got in there. Tiny bit more. Okay. Let me see. I don't think. So I've got that amount. Okay. How can I test if my oil is hot? How do you test if the oil is hot? Because I'm not doing that for you next week, you know, you're doing everything. I'm just going to supervise you guys. Okay, how are you going to test if your oil is hot? To start adding your ingredients here. At the moment, can you see it's smoking? I don't need to wait until it's smoking. That's because I got distracted. Okay, so basically you can put your hand directly over it and you can feel the heat coming out. Okay, that's one way. Or if you want to allow it to smoke a little bit, but not too much, preferably not. Okay, but my oil, the oil is hot. Or you can test it by maybe dropping a bit of my chicken. Can you hear that? Yeah, I'm going to start off with my chicken and my potatoes. So chicken, potatoes, onion and garlic. I'm going to put this in the thing because I don't need that anymore. My garlic and my onions. Garlic, onion. Doesn't have any flavor yet. But the onion will give it a bit of flavor. The garlic as well. It is vital that you use garlic. It gives you some flavor. I'm going to add my radish, okay, my potatoes. And I'm going to leave it there to cook, but stirring occasionally. Okay, so then ensure that the heat is not too high. Okay. So medium heat, and I'm going to leave it there, then come back to it and stir it occasionally. I'm going to finish prepping all my veg. I've got carrot. Just going to do slices. So I'm making a chunky soup. You can cut them a bit smaller if you like. And you should know how to cut vegetables from last week, even though last week most of us we used the grater for our carrots, but some of us did cut our carrots into chunks. Okay, should I cut them again? I'm going to cut these in half. I've got a bit more carrot. These I'll leave as they are. Happy with that? And I'm gonna go for my, does anyone remember what this one is? Yeah, pumpkin. Okay, but it was frozen, so I took it from the freezer, so it's a bit mushy, but still edible, but it was frozen. Okay, I'm just gonna cut these into small cubes. You're going to be working in our group, so while one person is chopping, or we could all chop at the beginning and then we start cook after. But because I'm on my own, I have to give myself a little bit of time to stir as well, to ensure that my ingredients they are not burning. I'm going to cut these too small. Let this cook for another minute or so, then I'm going to add all my other veg to it. I know that some of you don't like veg, but it's a very nutritious soup, okay? Hearty. So when it comes on to winter months, you can make it for carers, for family. When we cook in school, I'm hoping that you guys will go home and cook these products at home as well. Okay? Don't just wait to cook in school, but you should be cooking at home to develop on your skills, cooking skills. Happy with that. So I'm finished cutting all my veg, I think. That's it. Yep, everything gone. I'm going to add these now to the rest of the ingredients. Finish using my knife as well. So I'm going to add these, so all my other veg. Alright. You want to see what it looks like so far? Very colourful. Yeah? It's not cooked yet. So, in terms of flavor, do you think all the flavors are there so far? No. So what do I need to do? I'm going to add some flavor to my soup or to my ingredients so far. Take these away because I'm finished with them. So, I need to add a bit of salt, quite a bit of salt. Okay, because I haven't used any salt so far. So I'm going to use a bit of salt. I'm going to go for, let me use a teaspoon. Let me go for a teaspoon of salt. Because I've got all that vegetables and chicken as well. Okay. I'm going to add that for now. Okay. Prefer to add too little at this point than too much. Because once I add too much, there's no way I can take it out. Okay. So I've added that bit. I'm going to add a bit of pepper. And this is down to your personal preference. If you do not want it in there, that's perfectly fine. I'm adding a bit. And I had to turn the kettle off before because it was making noise. I'm going to go and turn it on again. Yeah, because I'm going to need hot water, boiling water. I'm going to add a bit of mixed herbs, dried mixed herbs. If you've got fresh herbs, you can take it from home. Things like coriander, yeah, or some people have parsley in their soup. Okay, depends on your personal preference. So a bit of dried mixed herbs. And it's important that I use flour. Does anyone know why I would be using flour? Any reason why I'll be using it? To make the soup thicker. Well done. Well done. I'm just going to sprinkle some. I'm going to use roughly a tablespoon. That was not a full tablespoon. I'm going to leave it at that for now. I won't make it into a paste or anything. Just mixing it into my ingredients. And as soon as I add my water, that will help with the thickness of my soup. I'm happy with that so far. So at the moment I'm just waiting for my water to boil. Then I'm going to add my water. Then I'm going to add my soup mix. Okay, any of us seen this before? This is, yeah, the soup mix. This one is tend to be Caribbean flavor. It's totally up to you if you want to get them. They're sold in Asda, Morrison. Says I think most of the leading supermarkets. But then you've got different types as well. Okay, say for example from your particular culture. I know that last year we had some girls bringing in some Polish ones that I wasn't familiar with. So people may be familiar with different types of soup mix. Right. Just waiting on my water, And we're not almost finished because I'm going to have to leave it there to cook or to simmer for a little while after adding water and soup mix. Okay. Slow. Right, so boiling water. I'm going to add quite a bit of boiling water. And spill in there. And I'm going to leave my soup to simmer. Stir this in. And that flour that I added before, that will help the consistency of the soup for it to thicken. And all my starch will come through from some of my veg and the potatoes as well. That will help to thicken the soup as well. Okay, so my soup mix. Okay, and this is chicken flavored one. Just loosen it up a bit. And you've got a bit of noodles in there if you're familiar. Do you want to show what it looks like? So you've got some seasoning going on. You've got seasoning inside. You've got noodles. Okay, hence me not adding too much salt as well because this one can be a bit salty. Yeah? Yeah? You've got a bit of noodles. I'm going to add this to my soup. All of it. I'm just going to stir. Normally I would add dumplings to my soup, but this time I forgot to take the ingredients out. Okay, so that's something that you could add to your soup as well. Right. Can anyone smell any flavors coming through yet? Yeah? Only 2 people? 3? Oh, wow. Okay, everyone's putting their hand up now. Right. I'm going to leave that to simmer maybe for about 15 minutes for all my ingredients to cook and for my soup to thicken. Okay? So, what you're going to be doing, and before turning the flame off as well, I'll taste it to see whether or not I need a bit more salt, a bit more pepper, to see if it's okay. Okay? But that's it. Okay, so you're going to go back to your seat. I'm going to put the lid on. It's important that I put the lid on to trap all my steam there and allow all my ingredients to cook. Okay, and that should be done within 15 minutes. Okay, so well done.